Hi. Good evening, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing well and that you're ready to smash this week, that you've had an amazing day as well. So, welcome and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for having you back here again. And I am Layla, if it's the first time that we are meeting, and I'm really passionate about health awareness and helping home based business owners take their business to the online platform. And I also hope that I can help you discover your passion and transform it into a profitable online business. So, what are the common mistakes that most people make when they start taking their business to social media? So, this is what we're going to be talking about today, and I hope that I can help you and direct you in the right direction to help you grow your business. And thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to let me know where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, if you're watching on replay or on live. And feel free to also drop any of your questions that you might have, and also tag any of your friends that might need this today. Feel free to share this video and tag any of your friends that might need this information today. So we are in the digital online. Hi Google, so great to see you. We are on the online times where throughout everything that has happened in the world, we've been able or we've been moved to do a lot of the things online. And the great thing is you can actually use the social media. I mean, if you have a phone and if you have an internet connection, and if you use your phone to share to share a video or to share a product, to share something that you actually sell, then you're probably already a digital marketer. The question is, how can you do it better and how can you do it more effectively? And we're going to be talking about a few of the things that when you start online, some or most people actually do make those mistakes. So really, really important for you to know, first things first, of course, what do you want out of your social media efforts? And we know that here people want to interact, people want to be social, and they didn't really come to this specific platform to come and buy something. They came because they wanted to check out what is happening and they wanted to have fun and they wanted to be entertained. So the way you do your business also needs to have those components in it, that you come, you inform people, you interact with them, you educate them, and you entertain them as well. So that's where you have to start. What do I want from my social media, and where do I want to get, and why am I doing what I'm doing? So that those are really important questions to think about and to reflect upon before you actually come on. So if you go back, you actually want to have a social media strategy, or you want to use social media in a way that it doesn't become so salesy. So let's look at our point number one, which is one of the common mistakes that most people make when they start using social media for their business. And the first thing is that I would say that there's extremely inconsistent posting. How many of you have actually seen that people don't post as constantly as they could? Actually, they'll rather scroll and see what other people are doing, but they wouldn't actually be putting content out there. So if you have to think about how many of you actually do sit down and think about what are you going to be talking about today, where do you want to get today, and what are a few of the things that you would like to be teaching. So inconsistent posting really doesn't create trust. People don't know if they come to your page today, if they're going to be finding you there or not. If they come to your page tomorrow, if it's going to be there at the same time or not. So just imagine yourself deciding that, you know what, is this one spot that I like to go for my coffee or for offered lunches. And imagine if you would go there every single day because you knew that they usually open at 12 and then you're there and then they're not there. The one day is closed and the other day is closed and then the other day is open and the next day is closed. So there's no consistency in what they're doing. So people would actually stop going. You would probably stop going because they're not reliable. So it's the same thing when it happens to your social media. If you want to use this to really attract new clients and really get highly qualified clients to your business, you need to be able to be consistent, because consistency and frequency will help you create a relationship. Number two is that people take all time and don't give. So it needs to be an exchange relationship. You can't think that in life, anything that we do, and you guys have heard me say this a few times, that you always have to come from a place of a servant leader. Please remember, every time you come out, you need to provide value. Give, 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 give. The more you give, there is one quote that says that extraordinary people actually do simple things extra. So, meaning that you always do a little bit more than the next person. You always decide to go a little bit extra than the next person, and then you become extraordinary. So, that is really, really important for you to do, right? Decide that you are going to be going a little bit extra in everything that you do. If you're going to be providing value to one of your clients, go a little bit beyond and above. What is it that you're going to give them in order to get something in return? Those are things that you need to think about. And sometimes you might not get your return right now. You might get it later on, and that is fine as well. But always give, give, give. Provide value, and for a little bit, forget about sales and forget about your commissions. Number 3 is that we usually keep our followers numbers low. So it is important to have a strategy to continue growing your followers in any page that you have. You really want to have people that are there, that are communicating, and just to have in mind that the algorithm, not everyone that is in your page is actually seeing the content that you're putting out. There's always a very reduced number of people that actually get to see. So the more people you have, the smaller that percentage is, but the more people you're actually able to change their lives. So really find ways. You can decide to do it with paid advertising or with organic growth. It's really up to you. And organic growth, which basically means that you're going out and you're going to be interacting, you're going to be contributing, and you want people to follow you, and you're going to be following them back. So it's really finding out how can you continue growing your pages and your following in a really easier way that you can do right now. So I do understand that as we start, most of us as entrepreneurs, we have a really tight budget, but there are ways that we can still do this without having to spend a lot of money. They do take a lot of our time, but in the beginning, if it is what it is, then you have to do it that way, and that's fine. Number 4 is that you need to become less obnoxious and less salesy, meaning avoid spamming. People dislike to be told what to do. The great thing about doing things properly, and the great thing about showing yourself in the right way and presenting your business in the right way, is that people will give you their money without you even asking them for it. People will come to you for questions without you even going after them. And that's where you actually want to be. That's where you want your business to be. You want your business to be in a place that people are really enjoying, are really consuming what you're putting out there, that they're coming to you for questions. They're coming to you to get clarity. They really want to know, Layla, what is it that I can do to grow my business? Or what is it that I can do to get to know my perfect prospect? Or what is it that I can do to lose weight? What product is it that you're using? So you really want to create these connections. And the more salesy you are, the more you're probably going to be disconnected with people, because they will think, this person, everything that they post, everything that they talk about is about them and it's about their product. They don't even care if I need it or not. So that's why it's so important for you to really know who your perfect prospect is and to talk to them in a way that they want to be talked to. So you really need to take the time to do that, to understand them and to provide them with the correct value, and to give them the opportunity to ask you a few questions, interact with you as well. So you want to give great value in order for you to get something in return. It might not be now. It might be later on, 3 years. And I mean, it's amazing where I get people to say, I've been following your page for so long, but I'm only ready to do business with you right now. And that is really gratifying. So it's okay. Right now, it might not look like you're doing something, but keep pouring, keep giving. You are going to get there. And mistake number 5 is that no calls to action. And calls to action is simply telling people what is the next step. What else can they do? How can they interact with you further? And I know that I'm really getting to know this one, as sometimes we think that doing a call to action is actually going to can be an uncomfortable part of the journey, but it's really really important. Sometimes people want to know a little bit more, but if you don't give them a way forward and the next step, then they're not going to know what else they can do and how else they can get in contact with you. So it's extremely important to use a lot of call to actions and interact with people on those call to actions as well, because there might be people that are not going to be able to watch until the end, but they will know that there's a place that they can click so they can get the information that they got in your videos or on your blog posts. So really really important for you to do that. Have as many call to actions as possible, and every time you put something out, so people can really know what's their next step. So this is all for today, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I believe I'll see you again, and I wish you all the best and a beautiful evening and a beautiful day if you're watching from somewhere that the day is just starting. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.